Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another video with Let's Start a Business with Shante. Today, I am super excited to share this one with you guys. This one is an information product business that you can start from home. Now, I don't know how many are familiar with the terminology, but this is a really cool one to do. I'm really excited about it. And I'm really excited about it because a lot of people who do want to start a business from home, they don't necessarily want to be doing a service business or something that involves you going out and getting clients and having to work with them one on one. So, this gives you the power to create what you want to create and put it out there for the world. So, let's dive into it. Basically, what it is these are products that you're going to create centered around providing information. Okay, so you're pretty much teaching people, and it's with the intent to sell it to other people. So this is your product business. Whatever information that you have that you want to share with somebody, you're selling it. Okay. These products can be ebooks, they can be regular books if you want them to be PDFs on a particular subject. It can be an instruction manual. You can create courses. You have different options. These are just the basic ones, and the ones that I would recommend for you to start off with. That's why they're the ones that'll be here in this presentation. So you choose the product that you want and your method of distribution, so how you're going to get it out to people. So you create the product specific to the information that you have, that you want to sell, and that you want other people to know about too. So are you teaching people how to start a business? Are you teaching people how to run a salon? Are you teaching people how to repair a car engine or even how to write a book? You're basically, again, sharing information that you have so that other people have it. You choose the platform that you want to sell on. Some common ones, which we'll get into a little bit more later, you can sell directly from your website if you already have one. Shopify is an option. Etsy is an option. Etsy is really good because on that platform, people can only sell things that they created. So people go there, they have a huge following of people who go there to buy things that are unique, and that came from other people. You can also create landing pages. And if you're not sure specifically what that is, you can let me know in the comments or something, and I'll kind of respond to that. When someone makes the purchase, they basically receive the instant download and they have access to it, and then your transaction is complete. So on most of these platforms, like I said, you will pretty much upload whatever like your document is. Let's say if it was a PDF or something. So when a person clicks on it and they decide to buy it, they'll automatically receive the download and then you're done. One of the main reasons why I think that you should start this business, even if you're doing something else, you should do this along with it because it's just another income stream for you. It's pretty straightforward and it's a very simple business model. You're just using information that you already know. Um, the work can easily be outsourced as you grow. So if you wanted to start out writing these different books and creating courses and things like that, you can. But if you decide, well, I do want to do this business, but I'm not really good with, grammar or formatting, and I don't want to create it myself, you can hire other people to write it for you. And then you just, it's yours. Once you hire somebody to do it for you, you just hire them for that job, but it's still your product. So you can still take it and upload it and sell it and market it and everything and still make the money from it. It's passive income. Again, you're not trading your time for dollars. You're not doing a service for anyone else. Once you create this product and you set it up on your platform to sell, you could literally be making sales while you're asleep, while you're cooking dinner, while you're driving in your car, while you're on vacation. Pretty much, you're just going to be marketing it after that point, and you can make as many sales. Like it's limitless, pretty much limitless earning potential, and it requires minimal upfront investment, and it's very easy to get started. Now, even though I keep saying it's easy to get started, and I think that it's pretty simple, um, maybe that could be because I know how to do it. But if you have questions again on anything that I'm talking about, let me know so that I can clarify it for you. Because, like I said, I think this is a really cool business, even for someone who already has something that they're doing. Okay, so basically, what you need: the knowledge or the information that you want to sell, access to some writing software like Microsoft Word in most cases. Or if you're going to create a course, since I did mention that, you would need access to that platform, whichever one you decide to choose. And that's something you can research because there are so many out there. There's Udemy, there's Skillshare. I don't know, there's so many. So you could choose which one if you decide to do a course. But I'll mostly be talking about how to like create books and PDFs and things like that. So you need a payment method, so decide how you want to collect your money, a platform to sell on, and a good marketing strategy. Okay, back to the things you can sell. um, Again, these are digital downloads mostly that I'm talking about here. So you can create an ebook about something, and don't be intimidated by the word book, okay? This doesn't have to be like your traditional old school, couple hundred pages. It doesn't work like that. When you're selling something online, it's a little bit different because people's attention spans are shorter, and it's going to be difficult for them to get through the whole thing without losing interest if it is too long. So don't be intimidated thinking that it has to be super long. It could be a 30-page book, it could be 15 pages. It just really depends on what you're selling, and kind of getting to the point so that people can get what they paid for. You actually want them to finish it and to get benefit from what you're giving to them, and to give you good reviews and all of that. So keeping it short and simple is actually the best route to go, even if it's a book. PDFs, like I mentioned, courses you can do. You would have to do a little bit more research on that. If you need some ideas on platforms, let me know and I can help you with that. You can create workbooks, planners. If you are going to do a planner, it may be good to include some daily tips that are related to whatever the planner is about. um, Again, instruction manuals or even blog posts. I put this one here because every business that's online that has a blog, and even if they don't, maybe they should, it's a really good form of getting traffic to your website over time to have those blogs. And a lot of companies have started doing them, but they're not really 100% sure on how to go about it and how to make sure that it's good and it has those keywords there. So if you're good with writing, this is another service that you could sell. Even if they were ready-made blog posts, that's something you could have, like maybe a vault with the post there, and then people could buy them. That's an idea. And then there's many more. Just use your creativity and figure out, what you like to give out to the people. I put affiliate sales here because even though for this information product business, I'm talking more so for you to create the products about information this is another revenue stream that you could add to that business. So instead of only selling your products, you could sell your products, but also other people's products that are similar to your niche audience. So let's say if your audience is health and fitness, and so you're creating I don't know, cookbooks or meal plans. If somebody else has another book that has something about different exercises to do when you're traveling or something, this is something you could very easily incorporate without it being out of place. So basically, again, if it's something that you stand by, I mentioned that in my last video about affiliate marketing. It's important to market things that you stand by and that you trust, because this is your business and this is your voice, and you want to maintain trustworthy to your audience. Otherwise you'll kill your whole business. So make sure that it's something that you stand by and that it's a good product. If you want to sign up for the affiliate program, basically you receive a special link. And so when you share it and people buy the product using that link, you get a commission for it. Another way you might receive payment is upfront. So someone else might say, hey, I'm selling this fitness product, and because you have this huge following that you've built with people in this specific area, I'll pay you this amount of money if you just share my product with them. So that may be another way that you can get paid for that. And the payment that you receive for that will depend on the price of the item, the payment schedule, how much it was, like whatever the agreement is between you and that affiliate program that you choose to join. So this is again one way that you can add a stream um, to your information product business. You have to find your audience. I am a fan of niche marketing, which you will hear me say over and over again in my videos, because even though you can provide a service or a product to everybody if you want to, I think that you can make more money when you niche down. Again, like we mentioned before with the affiliate sales, that money will only come if you have a specific audience. So if you're just selling everything to everybody, it's going to be harder to kind of appeal to that. But if you have something that's specific, people will seek you out and say, hey, you have this big audience in this particular area, and this would be really good for my product. So think about it like that. Um, like I said, even though you can do several, we'll just start with one for the sake of this particular business. So these are some questions to ask yourself to try to figure out who your target audience will be. So what subject do I have a lot of knowledge in? What's something you may have studied in school, or you just happen, maybe you had a hobby in this area, so you know a lot about it. What do you like? What are you good at, or what do people always tell you that you're good at? Um, in what subject area can you create at least 3 to 5 separate products? I said that because I think that's a good starting point. If you just have a few solid products that you can put out there, again, even if they're not long and even if they're not all books that we're talking about here, just give yourself some options. What do you have enough knowledge to spread out? So like we talked about in the fitness industry, would you be able to create one book about um, starting a fitness routine at home, or if you're a fitness routine for mothers specifically, and then you could have another product that are meal plans to get you started with the shopping list, and then maybe even spread that one out, meal plans for people who are vegetarian versus vegan, versus people who are on keto or whatever. Can you spread out these different things so that you have more than one product? And even in that workbook category or planner, can you create a planner that's for workouts, something that tells people, okay, if you're going to have a walking plan, this is where you'll start on this day, then by day 2 this is where you should be, by day 3 this is where you should be. Like create maybe a 30-day planner for people who want to walk, and then another one for people who are runners, and then another one for people who like to use the equipment at the gym. Again, be creative and think of how you can spread those ideas out into various different products that you can create. um, what do you not mind doing extensive research on? So if it's something that you feel like, well, I don't know anything about anything, which I don't think that's true, but if that's how you feel, what can you do extensive research on so that you can become an expert in this particular area and begin to share your knowledge with people? What can you explain well? Because you are essentially, like I said before, teaching someone something. So what is it that you have enough information in that you could easily explain to someone else how to do it? So from these answers, you can pull a specific niche that you can narrow down to so that you can choose your audience, okay? And again, these are just some examples if it's health related versus cooking, again, with the cookbooks or different methods of baking or different tools that you can use, different techniques. How do you make a 3-tier cake, whatever. Again, figure out how you can create separate products in this particular area, because the more products you can create, the more money you can make, right? So it just makes more sense. This one, how do you market your business? So social media is at the top because that's just kind of where it's at right now. Everybody's on social media. So you should be there too. You should be wherever your audience is. So that's why it's also important to know who your audience is so that you can know where these people are. Um, Influencer marketing is an option that we have here. So again, when I put this one down, this is not necessarily for you to seek out people who have a huge audience in your niche area, even though you can do that if you have the money. This is for you to create that. So basically, I put that there to say for you to create the social media space for the audience that you're looking for. Okay. So, like I mentioned before, if health and fitness was your area, create an Instagram page around um, workouts that you like to do, or other people who do certain workouts that you like, or spotlighting different fitness influencers or different exercises that you think will help people, or pulling recipes from different places that you want to share with people. Create a platform where you can attract all of these customers in this particular niche area. So that way, when you go to introduce your products, it's not something out of the ordinary for them. It can be a very seamless integration. um, you can share on your social media accounts. So you, I'm sure, already have an Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or something. If you do, share the information there, share the products there. If you're in a particular Facebook group that is around a certain niche that you chose, they have certain days sometimes where you can share things, share in those platforms. Um, and also, your family and friends, get them to share it. When you do post on your social media, just simply ask them to say, hey, if this product is not for you, would you mind sharing it on your page, just in case, someone's there that can benefit. Most family, they want to see you do well, and they would be, more than willing to do that for you at the very least, to share it, to kind of get things circulated around. Um, Again, I already talked about creating the platform of your choice, or I'm sorry, creating an account on that platform and introduce the products. Now, another good one for this would be like YouTube. You may want to create a channel, like we talked about before, even with affiliate marketing, surrounding whatever area it is that you're going to provide this knowledge in. And that way you're putting yourself out there, you're letting people know who you are, what your personality is, allowing them to establish a relationship with you, and you're establishing yourself as an authority in your area. So they know when you put this product out, okay, this person does know what they're talking about, so maybe I will buy it from them. You're creating a more personal relationship. And email marketing, I have that here because that's also another form of that. Um, Once you build up your email list, you're able to send consistent flows of emails out to people to let them get to know what your personality is. This is a good way for you to establish those relationships, but also give them free information on this particular area. And then at some point you can start to integrate those products maybe a couple times a month. You don't want it to be just all that, but integrate it into that marketing. And email marketing is really good for that because if you have someone's email, they've already shown interest in whatever it is that your subject is on, and so they will be in a category who's more likely to buy. Not only are they interested in that area, but they were interested enough to provide you with their personal information. So this is a really good route to take to make sure you start building up an email list in the beginning. I have Pinterest on here. Even though it's a social media platform, I have it separate because Pinterest is kind of different. Pinterest is just like Google or YouTube. It's a search engine. You can literally go there to find things. You type it into the search and then it'll pull up the results for you. Um, because of that, that platform is going to give you a different level of marketing than like an Instagram or Facebook would. You are going to create your boards, like we talked about again in the last video, um, surrounding this particular area that your niche is in. And then you're going to pin things to the board also according to that. And if you're not that familiar with Pinterest and you have some questions on it, please do let me know because this is a very, very good platform for you to be using. If you were not using any other platform for this particular business and you only had to choose one, I would definitely recommend for you to be on Pinterest. So if you don't know about it, please let me know and I'll do a separate video on that. Um, this is a great way for you to share your products. It's like the number one social media platform to use to get traffic back to your website or your landing page, or wherever your products are housed to sell them. I have ads on here because once you get a little bit more advanced with your marketing or you have more of a budget, it's really good for Google ads or even to put ads on social media. And even with like Facebook and Instagram, you don't need so much to create ads. It's just a matter of the time because you kind of have to play around with it a little bit to see what works for you, what keywords are working, and that can take a little bit of time and a little bit of an investment, but it will be worth it once you figure it out. Even if you're only boosting your post. So like I said, if you shared a post on your social media, every now and then just go in and boost those and then just kind of see where it goes. You have to play around with it a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, so how do you sell your products? So these are just a few of the ways that I recommend to do if you're just getting started. Okay, this is not an all-inclusive list here. um, so either you can create a website or use the one that you have already, and you can kind of house your products there. Like even if you have a separate page, like a separate shopping page, and then you just have all of your products there with the buttons, that's an option. If you have just a blog post, you can create buttons for your products and just embed them in the posts. So like again, if it was a fitness blog and you were talking about how to get started with working out from home, your blog post might have different tips you can use, but then at the bottom it may say, click here to buy this book about, an extensive workout routine, something that you can incorporate easily. So basically, just kind of figure out where you can add it in to where it's kind of just seamless and it just belongs there. So whether you have a website or a blog, you can do those options. If you do either of those options, Shopify has a really good option. I mean, you could create your own Shopify account and just have your shop there. But even if you're just going to incorporate something into a website or a blog you already have, Shopify does have an option that is a Shopify Lite plan. And last time I checked, it was only $9 a month. So basically, you're not going to be creating a whole website, but you can create individual shopping buttons. Okay, it sounds a little complicated, but it's not once you get into it. Um, You would just add a title, a description. You can put a picture in there, set your price. Once you do that, Shopify will generate code that you can use to pretty much copy and paste into your website wherever you want it to be. But they also have it to where you can add your shopping buttons on different social media platforms like Facebook. So definitely look into that. You do have to scroll all the way to the bottom. Um, Maybe not today right away, but I will add a link to where you can get to that just to make it a little bit easier if you want to check that out. Etsy store is really good. Um, Basically, you're just going to add a product, go to that option like you would if it was anything. But after you get done filling out the description, there will have a place for an upload. And I think you can upload, I want to say it's up to 5 different documents. I'll have to double check on that for you. But basically you're gonna, when you go to that point, you're gonna upload whatever your Word document or your PDF was that you created, and then you just create the product. So basically once someone buys it, it'll automatically generate that download for them, and you don't have to do anything else past that point. um, and with Etsy though, you do have 20 cents that you have to pay per listing, and that is upfront. So very, very minimal investment to just get your product out there. And it's a very easy way for people who are just getting started. Honestly, if you are just getting started, you don't have a website, you don't have a blog, I definitely recommend that you start with Etsy just because of how easy it will be for you to do it and get started. Another one that would be easy to get started with is the Amazon Kindle publishing, because it's the same thing, except here you create your free account and you don't have to pay anything. You just kind of follow the directions on getting it set up and upload your book. And then once people buy it, then they'll take their fees from that, just like Etsy will on the other end as well. Um, Again, if you want more information about either one of those, just let me know. Okay, so how will you get paid? So for most of the options on the other page that we just went through, you do have the potential to be paid instantly. Um, but each platform is different. So you just kind of have to see, what their payment schedules look like. I know with Etsy, you have to make a certain amount of money or a certain time period, and then they'll deposit the money in your account. With Amazon, I want to say it's either every month or every other month that you get paid. Um, so you would get paid for the sales that you made within a certain time period, like the next month. um, Again, just kind of look at each different platform and figure out which one works best for you or for what you want. um, and then you have to set your own prices. So this is your business, this is your product. You set the price how you want to. You can have it for $1 and it can be all the way up into the hundreds. It really depends on what the product is and everything. Do your research so that you can be competitive with other people in your industry, and see what you can charge. And like I said before, the key here is, in as far as what you can charge, is establishing yourself in your niche area. Okay, become trustworthy and become somebody that's knowledgeable to your audience so that you can make it worth their money and their time to invest in you. And then the more products you create and sell, um, or even promoting the affiliates, like I said, because that's another income stream, then the higher your earning potential. So just to kind of recap what this business is again, you are just selling information that you know, solving either a problem for people or something that benefits or entertains them in some way. To me, pretty straightforward, and it's passive income. That means once you create it and you put it on there, you're selling it over and over again. You don't have to be, like I said, trading your time for dollars. You can sell ebooks, PDFs, courses, whatever you'd like. You can start very simply with a Word document. You can convert it to a PDF, or if you're creating your course, choose your platform. Find whoever your audience is, so niche down. Um, you can promote other people's products by way of affiliate marketing. Just make sure that they're within the same niche so that it benefits you and your audience. Choose the platform you want to sell on, and you set your prices. And then, as far as marketing, like we talked about, use social media to get started quicker, and then get paid once you get it out there, and repeat. So that's pretty much it for this particular business. And I think that you should get started right away. So after you watch this, if you're interested in selling information products, take some time right now to just kind of reflect on where your niche could be. Go back to that slide about those questions you can ask yourself, and then just start. Do something. Write your first page. Go into a Word document and just write the first thing down. And if you feel like, well, I really want to do this, but I just can't, I can't come up with anything, I can't write, outsource that part of it. Like I said, it's still your product. Just kind of have a description of what you want it to be. Find somebody on Fiverr or Upwork or even LinkedIn. There are a lot of virtual assistants on LinkedIn. Um, and you can find somebody else to write that product for you. If you have the money to invest in that and you can't do it on your own, have someone else write the product. Then you take that download, put it on these platforms, and just get it out there and just start selling. Once you get over that first one, I think you'll have a better idea about what to do and what groove you want to be in, and things will probably go a little bit more smoothly after that. So again, if you have any questions, as usual, put them in the comments, and I'll respond. And I will be doing another business next week. But if you have any questions on this one, please ask, because I think this is a great one for everyone to do, even if it's in addition to what you're already doing. So whatever you do, like I said, just start. If you like this video, please like it. Share with other people so that they can make some money too, and subscribe if it's something that you're interested in learning about more businesses here. And that's all I have for this one. So I'll see you guys, like I said, next week.